Welcome to the Norris Group Real Estate Podcast, a show committed to bringing you insights from thought leaders shaping the real estate industry. In each episode, we'll dive into conversations with industry experts and local insiders, all aimed at helping you thrive in an ever-changing real estate market, continuing the legacy that Bruce Norris created, sharing valuable knowledge, and empowering you on your real estate journey. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a newcomer, this is your go-to source for insider tips, market trends, and success strategies. Here's your host, Craig Evans.
The Norris Group is proud to present our 18th annual gala, I Survived Real Estate, at the Nixon Presidential Library on Friday, September 12th. Since 2008, our event has raised well over $1 million. This year, we'll be raising funds again for Make-A-Wish, OC, and IE. Individual tickets are available now. To get your tickets, go to isurviverealestate.com or click the link here in the card. We would like to thank the following platinum sponsors: UDirect IRA Services, the San Diego Creative Investors Association, Douglas Brook Homes, MVT Productions, Realty 411, and DBL Capital.
All right. I know we're starting a little bit late this year, but that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started now. So welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming out again. Really appreciate you guys. I know some of you guys are still eating, but as tradition, we're going to go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. We have a very special guest today. This is Addison Evans, or Addie Bear, if you want to call her. She's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, so if everybody could please rise and put your right hand over your heart.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic of which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
All right, man. I've been telling everybody, it feels like a family reunion. It really does. It's so fun to see everybody. Again, thank you so much for your support. It means so much to us. So I'm going to start out with the reason this all got started. And it's, my best friend, Aaron. And it wouldn't be right for me not to say, yes, please. Thank you. Aaron's the reason you guys all fell in love with the Norris Group. I guess that Bruce guy too, but yes. So I just want to mention one thing. If you're ever in downtown Riverside, on the corner of University and Lemon, we got a mural put up on the side of a building that has Aaron's face on it. So if you're ever there, please stop by, take a picture, take a selfie, tag us in it. It'd be great. Yes, that's awesome. All right, so without further ado, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce our new CEO, Craig Evans, and he'll kick us all out.
Hey guys, thank you so much for being here this evening. This is our 18th annual I Survived Real Estate. That's right. I can't tell you what an honor it is. I had about an hour and 15 minutes last night. We sat with Bruce and Joey and I and Bruce and Andrew, my new head of capital markets for another company we've got. We got to sit around and talk, and just to talk about Aaron and what he meant to people, and as who he was as a person. It was an incredible time. Listen, yes, just reminiscing and talking about things. But to think about, as Joey just said, this event would not be here. We wouldn't be here 18 years later celebrating some stuff that's about to happen if Aaron Norris hadn't had a brainchild of saying, we need to put a group of people together that care enough about other people that it's not about ourselves. Yeah, we want to learn, we want to study, we want to learn from some of the greatest minds in real estate, but we want to give back to children and to people that need help, right? So with all that said, none of this would happen without you. Aaron started it, but at the end of the day, you show up year after year after year to be a part of learning, to be a part of giving to each other. I had the opportunity to sit and kind of watch from the back, and it's fun to watch you guys. You're all laughing and talking, but to also start to hear the conversations that we've got young people that are just getting into our industry, that are learning from seasoned pros. Listen, to sit and listen to Peter Fortunato, are you kidding me? That was like a master class in itself last night, to sit and talk with some of these people. And what you're going to experience tonight, when we finished last year, I told Joey, I said, I want next year to be even better. And I want us to push each year to be better and better and better. And I said, what's better than let's put some of the greatest economic minds together. And we've got some magnificent people. But on the investor side, I said, I want to do something that we pull some of the greatest of the greats. And that's what we've got tonight. But for that to happen, again, you show up year after year. And to that, personally, on behalf of the Norris Group and everybody, all of my team that works so diligently, I thank you for showing up. I thank you for giving and all that you do to make this event possible. So give yourselves a round of applause for that. Now, with that, as most of you were here last year, you remember I made a complete fool of myself because I was so excited to be here that I completely forgot to announce the main person that we were here to see. Which is, why are we here? We're here to raise money for, listen, I've been very unashamed of that. We're here to learn. We're here to see some great people. All of that, I don't care. Those that know me know I'm a teddy bear at heart, and I love kids. I love my own kids. My people that know me will tell you I'm an idiot when I get around kids. So to have an opportunity to raise money for children at their darkest hour of their life to make a difference, we all make a lot of money in this room. We're all blessed to do what we do. But to be able to give a child an opportunity to change their life in their darkest moment, I'll do this every night of or every week if that's what we have to do to help that. But I thank you for giving to that, and I thank you for that process. So tonight, I want to welcome somebody that's very special. I want us to welcome Ann Gray. Ann is the president and CEO of Make-A-Wish of Orange County and the Inland Empire. Under her leadership, Make-A-Wish OCIE fulfills the dreams of children facing critical illnesses throughout the region. Ann's passion, her compassion, and dedication keep the mission of Make-A-Wish alive. It's bringing hope and strength and joy to so many young lives and their families. Let's give a round welcome to Ann Gray.
Thank you. When a child is in the fight for their lives, you need to find hope. When that happens, it reinvigorates you.
Wishes can heal. We see it all the time.
Your wish to have a gaming computer was granted?
This wish allowed them to dream and just feeling important and feeling the community involvement is just an amazing feeling, and somebody care about you.
The biggest unexpected benefit of my wish was the way I was able to use it as a tool to get through the chemotherapy and just to keep me motivated.
The fact that Make-A-Wish could give us something hopeful and happy, I'm just so thankful for, and it had such an impact.
So I'm here tonight to say thank you to all of you, and especially to the Norris Group. We have been a beneficiary of this event since 2008, and since the inception, we've been able to grant so many wonderful wishes thanks to the proceeds from this event and everyone's generosity. The Norris Group has donated over $1 million to children's charities, so I think they deserve a huge round of applause for that. And they just keep going strong. And Make-A-Wish Orange County in the Inland Empire serves children throughout Orange, San Bernardino, and Riverside County. Make-A-Wish has 57 chapters throughout the United States. I've met a lot of people from out of town tonight who are wonderful, and we'd love to get you involved back home if you have a passion for our mission. We locally granted 273 wishes this past year. Our goal was 272. And so we exceeded that. And we are also the hometown chapter for Disneyland. And so that means that our chapter coordinates the wishes for children from all over the country and all over the world whose wish is to go to Disneyland Resort. So our local chapter really works on over 1,000 wishes a year to make magic happen for kids. And so it's so beautiful to experience seeing the wish revealed like you saw in the video. That's such a delightful moment. It's so exciting to accompany families on their wish when we have that opportunity. But one of the most exciting things is to meet our wish alumni. 70% of kids who receive a wish from Make-A-Wish go on to live through to adulthood. And the impact that the wish has on the wish kids' lives, it carries them through their whole life. I met a Wish alumni tonight. I won't call her out, but she was telling me how grateful she is for her wish. And she's here as a successful professional today. So let's just give that person a round of applause for all they've been through and all they've accomplished. I learned last night that a Wish kid that received a laptop from us founded his company on that laptop and sold that company to Nestle. So, I mean, the stories are incredible, and I've only been at Make-A-Wish a year, and I've learned so much about the impact of wishes, and it just keeps, that ripple effect is just leaps and bounds. So we are so grateful for the Norris Group and them helping to make wishes happen, but also creating an incredible future for our kids, their families, the community. So I'd like to invite Craig back up here. I have a special plaque to give to you. I'm going to read a wish we're dedicating to the Norris Group this year and the I Survived Real Estate Gala. So can I read this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll try and be quick and not mess it up. So Kimberly is a playful 5-year-old from Apple Valley, and she loves to play outdoors, drawing with chalk with her friends, jumping on the trampoline, and feeling all the baby chickens and dogs her family has. Feeding, not feeling, sorry. Should have worn my glasses. Just a little comic relief. But when she was diagnosed with leukemia, her time outdoors was limited, replaced by long hospital stays and tough treatments. In the midst of her medical journey, where there are no choices about what comes next, Kimberly was given a chance to dream, to decide, and to wish. For her wish, she wanted her very own play structure so she could spend more time outside doing what she loves. Thanks to the generous support of I Survived Real Estate, Kimberly's backyard has been transformed into a joyful escape filled with laughter and fun. Her new play structure isn't just a place to play, it's a place to be a kid, to heal, and to make happy memories with her family right at home. We are incredibly grateful to I Survived Real Estate for making Kimberly's wish a reality. Your kindness has given her more than just a play space. You've given her the freedom to laugh, explore, and reclaim a piece of childhood that illness tried to take away. Thank you for helping wishes like Kimberly's come true.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much.
let's give her a round of applause. And as she's exiting the stage, there's one thing that I forgot to tell you, and if I don't say it, Joey will kill me. Because, again, this goes back to you guys. This year, the Norris Group, for the first time, actually broke $1.2 million to make a wish. So, all right. Now, there's somebody that I want to bring to the stage with me that I know doesn't need an introduction. I don't know how you introduce a man like this. So I'm going to do this. Instead of talking about all his accomplishments, because you guys have read all this, you know all this, you know what he's done. What you don't know is he's become a friend to me and a mentor to me that has taught me more about real estate than I could ever imagine. And also the aspect is, there's a lot going on in real estate, right? We're all dealing with tough things in business right now. I received a call from Bruce about 3 weeks ago, and he could hear in my voice that I was stressed, right? And I'm like, Bruce, I got it. What do you need? I'm just, he and I are kind of cut from that same cloth. We just go into solution mode and we keep going. And here was Bruce's solution. He said, I can hear the stress in your voice. Why don't I drive down and see you? I said, when are you talking about? He said, now. I said, Bruce, it's 11:15 at night. You're 2.5 hours away from me. He said, yep, I'll be there. That's the type of man that was a part of starting this. And that's the man that I am proud and honored to call my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bruce Norris to the stage. Love you, brother.
Thank you.
Sit quick after.
Nice. I'm good.
You all right?
May I tell a story? Well,
it's your
very
show.
Quickly, the day I understood that I could sell the Norris Group to Craig was after a hurricane, and we were busy with projects and stuff. He called me up. He says, you know what? He said, I have to pull off of things for a week. And he has a boat. And for a week, all he did was save people's lives, driving into dangerous areas where people could not get out. And he took them out and brought them back over and over and over again. And I said, yeah, I can sell him the Norris Group.
All right.
Now we got boring charts to take.
All right. So listen, every year, Bruce used to do this where he'd talk about the 6 comps of how he would evaluate real estate, right? Nothing's going to change. We're going to move through some of that quickly tonight, though, because there's one portion of that I want us to touch on. I want us to kind of push through and get to the moodometer.
Yep.
You and I've talked about this. There's some things on that I really want us to start focusing on. So if we can, I want to start getting into the 6 comps that you've historically always looked at. So one is median price, whether it's California, wherever it is. Tell me why, as I'm going through these, I want you to tell us, until we get to the moodometer, tell me why your top, the top factor why you picked these as the 6 comps, right? So as we go through, if you'll do that for me.
Okay. I looked at this at the first time, and I wrote the first report in '96. And to be honest with you, I didn't know what mattered. So when I did my research, I was in libraries for a year and a half, just writing data and making a chart of it. So I didn't know what mattered. I had probably 50 categories, and what I did was laid them on the floor. And I wanted to see if it duplicated. What starts a boom cycle and what comes after the first chart tips over, and the same on a downside. And I discovered it. And so part of what you're seeing is, and this has grown over time.
Yep.
So this is just a history of the median price. I needed to see that. It's not a proof text, but it's interesting that you can have amazing times up and down. When we get to the last chart, I'll spend a little time explaining why that last chart kind of ties all this together.
All right, so we look at median price, then we've got affordability.
Yeah, affordability was key because there was a repetitive ending point. And so when I recognize that, and it's usually when you're euphoric about real estate, all of a sudden you can go, well, it's about over. So everybody loves it, but it's about over. And the opposite is true when it's down in the bottom, everybody's afraid of it. And if you're smart, you can go, maybe I should want that at that time.
So now you're starting to compare things. You've got historical new home price versus existing. Yeah. Why is that a major comp for you to look at?
Well, again, what it taught me was there's only a few times that the intersection happens where the existing home is more expensive than the new home. So the new home builder didn't build enough to meet the demand, so the demand flew to the existing home. And they overpaid for that because there wasn't anything else to buy. They wanted it bad enough. So that's what typically happened. And once that happens, you're toward the end of the cycle. You're euphoric, but that's got to end because it's never continued.
So one of the questions that we got a lot on this, and I want to just touch here quickly though, when you're looking at this chart in particular, this metric, are you looking at where things are moving, or do you study where the inversion of those curves hit?
Yes, that's the most meaningful thing. It doesn't matter to me that there's a repetitive inversion. It matters that it goes through the whole cycle where the spread begins again, to where I know that has a meaningful ending again. So you could be 10 years away from that being a meaningful chart, but when it crosses, it's meaningful. It doesn't matter how big the spread gets, by the way.
So why are you then in a metric, if at the time when you start creating this, you're only looking primarily at California? Correct. Why were you comparing California to the US?
Well, again, it was sort of like you're looking for all the evidence. So this chart didn't probably start in the first 2 or 3 reports. So as you grow, you're thinking, okay, is there any connection? You know, there's usually a spread, a percentage of value. California is more expensive than the nation always, but when does it get to the ridiculous? So when it gets to the ridiculous, what happens is we say, well, maybe we'll sell our stuff and go to Idaho, where, gosh, I can buy 2 houses when I sell mine. And so that starts to happen. So the bigger the spread, you have it exiting where California goes, this is so great. I can go do what I want and pay for it in cash. So that's what was the significance of this chart, that when that starts to happen, then you have people selling, but you also have it go back to somewhat of a normal number. So
don't forget to visit I Survive Real Estate for tickets to the event on Friday, September 12th. The Norris Group would like to thank the following gold sponsors: Keystone CPA, the Inland Valleys Association of Realtors, Pasadena Phoebe, the North San Diego Real Estate Investors Association, LA South RIA, NorCal RIA, the Wizard of the Wobbly Box, Andy Teasley, Shepherd's Finance, the Thompson Group, Property Radar, and White House Catering. The dinner wine is provided with a generous contribution by Rick and Leanne Rossiter. Hope to see you all there.
For more information on hard money loans, trust deed investing, and upcoming events with the Norris Group, check out thenorrisgroup.com. For more information on passive investing through the DBL Capital Real Estate Investment Fund, please visit dblcapital.com.
The Norris Group originates and services loans in California and Florida under the California DRE license 01219911, Florida Mortgage Lender license 1577, and NMLS license 1623669. For more information on hard money lending, go to thenorrisgroup.com and click the hard money tab.